My name is Mark. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, one half of Mobility Duo with my wife Sarah, who is a yoga instructor, certified personal trainer, licensed massage therapist, etc., etc. And we do all of this for snowboarders of varying levels in regards to strength, mobility, flexibility, longevity, you name it, we do it. Today we have play session number 3. So for those of you who have not done play sessions 1 and 2, I would highly encourage you to check that out. If you don't know what these are, I will quickly remind or educate. I made these up. Play does not stand for anything yet. But essentially the idea was to move our bodies in a variety of ways that stress, challenge you, maybe feel awkward or unfamiliar, just to get you prepped for these movements on the mountain, because you will undoubtedly experience these, and we want to be in a state within our body and minds to have these movements not be unfamiliar and overload with stress or force that can potentially lead to injury. So the idea here is I made these up to incorporate gymnastics, mobility, balance, and utilizing a bar for bar hanging. If you don't have a bar, that's completely okay. I get it. If you can try to be creative and find something like a porch, anything like that, I highly encourage you. It is fantastic for core and shoulder health and longevity overall. So, as well as grip strength, which is a huge marker for longevity and health overall. So anyways, that's the idea with these. I am not a gymnastics coach, and you will see that right away when I perform these, but that's okay. The point of these being, like, again, to move in unfamiliar ways, but to have fun with them. And I'd like you to smile and enjoy the process. So that's the whole goal with play sessions. And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go through this one time. Highly encourage you to go through it several if you want. Supplement this with your normal routine. Most of these we're gonna go through about 14 repetitions each. I will say we're doing a forward roll with a 2-leg stand. These will be uncomfortable on your upper thoracic, cervical, because I'm using horse mat stall mats. If you do have a gymnastics pad or pillows, I highly encourage you to use them. But you'll see, it can be done, and I've done it before, and I will do it today, and I'll show you. So again, don't judge me, because again, I'm not a gymnastics coach. So if you are a gymnastics coach, or if you have a child in gymnastics, yes, you can criticize or critique, that's a better word, all you want, but I'm owning it. So here we go. So just go ahead and get the blood moving. It was 21 degrees here, Fahrenheit, this morning. Last week it was in the 80s. So winter is coming. All right, keep stretching out. I'm about to teach live Snoga after this for those of you who will attend that. And then I have a indoor soccer game tonight. So very, very active. Forward. And again, the other side. All right, and reach, that's the dog, and reach, and back. So go ahead and bring the left leg forward, toes up, sweeping, and other side. Just doing dynamic. If you need a slight bend in that leg, that's perfectly okay. Dynamic hamstring stretch, glute stretch. Do a couple more. If you hear me sniffling, it's because it's freaking cold in this garage. Let's do 2 more. Good. Wide sumo stance. Good. And we're reaching around. I'm going clockwise. Stretching those hamstrings, glutes, spine from your lumbar to your thoracic. A little bit of that cervical, but it's really following my hand, so not as much. Stop, and then go the other way around. Don't forget to breathe. Let's do one more. Good. Let's drop down in a yogi squat. I'll face away from you so you don't have to look at my crotch. Okay, and we're dropping one knee in, pushing the other knee out. We're just moving those hips internally, externally, stretching those adductors, glutes, aiding in some of that dorsiflexion in the ankles. It should feel pretty good. If you can't do this, you can't keep your heels down, that's perfectly fine. As you can see, I'm getting more and more aggressive as we go. Let's do one more each side. Good. Left leg forward this time. Moving forward, as we always do, we're stretching that right hip flexor, left glute, pushing forward, proud chest, and then sitting back down. Hamstring, forward, and then hamstring. Let's do a couple more. I'm actually going up to Bachelor this weekend for the hike park, which should be fun. I'll probably do a lot more filming than I will jibbing, because I'm not a jibber anymore. But I might dabble a little bit. I'll see. Good, same thing. If this feels good, just stay here. And then back, right hamstring, forward. Back. Let's do one more after this. Good. Let's just move forward here. I'm going to rotate my left, bring my right leg out. I'm coming back down. You should feel this in your hamstrings and adductor. Coming up, driving those hips forward, back down, up. Let's do one more. And you can internally, externally rotate that heel down here if you want. Otherwise, coming back up, other side, down, and then up. Driving those hips forward into extension, back down, and then up. Go ahead and internally, externally rotate the femur, back down, last one, and up. Good. How's everyone feeling? Feel like we're ready? Okay, so first movement here, we're doing Dolly Rolls. And if you've never done a Dolly Roll, they are awkward, but I'm gonna show you what they look like. Okay, I'll show you an example first, a couple of examples, and then we'll move on to the real deal. We're doing 14 of these, so legs are obviously wide. My arms are gonna stay around my knees. Now I'm rolling kind of sideways this way, and I'm turning 90 degrees facing the other direction. So core stays tight. I'm kind of rolling on the side of my body, my glute here, and on my lat. And then I face the other direction. Same thing. If I go back to start, and now we go the other way. I'll just show you one more example. Good. So really, with these, it's all core control, coordination, and utilizing kind of the momentum and control with that roll. So it should feel pretty good. This is kind of like a light massage under the side. So let's try it. Let's do 14. So I'm gonna go, each one is one. I'll go clockwise and then I'll go counterclockwise. So that'll be 4 total. So here we go. And I'm gonna look awkward, and that's okay. These are supposed to be fun. Good. That's 4. Oh yeah, get in the hang of it. 6. 8. That was better. I don't know about you, if you see a difference. That was 10. Going left versus right. I feel like my left is easier. Last one. All right. Not bad. So I have a pivot point, that being this right here. And I'm kind of already moving as I'm getting ready to spin. I'm already rotating on that pivot point as I move into the other direction. So That's fun. Try it again. That one's most entertaining. Okay, Stork Walk. This one we're working on full extension. We're trying to avoid all compensations. I'm not usually a stickler because I think people have different movement patterns, but this one, I want you to focus on full extension, balance, and control. So Stork Walk. So actually, I take that back. Hands or fingers interlaced behind the head. You notice how my head isn't jetted forward? So I'm stretching my chest. My fingers are barely kind of bracing the back of my head. So I shift my weight over, right, bring my leg 90 degrees, heel, shift forward. That's 1. 90 degrees, core being engaged. 2, minimal weight shift. So you see my shoulders staying back. It's 3. Core engaged, full extension. 4. And 5. Okay, keep going. If I feel like I'm getting out of balance, I can pause there. 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was a little dicey. 10, 11. Keep going. Almost there. 12, 13, 14, and done. Good job. So this one starts from the base all the way up to the cranium. So really what I want you to focus on is that heel, slap, toe, forefoot, big toe, first metatarsal weight shift. All right, then you're shifting over to the other side. Once that foot comes down, boom, and then you're bringing that leg up. I'm solid as a rock here. You could push me any way you want, but my weight is evenly distributed throughout my foot here. All right, leg is up, back down, same thing over again. All right, that's a good one. Really teaches you body awareness, where your weight is in space, especially throughout your joints. So give that a try. This one, highly recommend a pillow if you have it, or some sort of gymnastics mat. We're doing forward rolls to 2-leg stand. I'll show you what that looks like first. And if it sounds painful, it's because it is. All right, so forward roll, we're doing soft rolls like you would in judo. All right, and we're coming up immediately, driving into 2-leg stance. Okay, so I can start in a nice yogi squat position before I roll. If you have a mat, by all means, roll into it, but this is a hard floor, so here we go. Oh, that hurt. Let's try it again. So don't do that. Again. Let's see, that's 4. That was better. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're getting dizzy, now's your time to take a break. I might take a short break because I am getting dizzy. Keys here are obviously control. It's hard. Again, I'm basically rolling on concrete. It's also good practice to control it even better. But I'm rolling softly into it, trying to really make sure it's massaging my spine. And again, I'm not a gymnastics coach, so I'm doing my best. Making sure I'm rolling like I'm a ball, nice and tucked. And then immediately when I come out of that, fully extended into a 2-leg stand. Let's do 4 more. Just get your heart rate up, man. All right, here we go. I don't think I'm staying tucked long enough. There we go, that was better. Last one. Whew. Okay, dizzy. All right, next one we have leapfrogs. Just like we sound, leapfrogs, we're creating power from our legs. You can use your hands as balance, but I'll show you what they look like. This is a burner. We're doing 14, here we go. So I'll show you an example first. Notice I have soft landing. Bottom comes to the back of my legs. If your heels can't stay down, that's perfectly okay. Mine don't, but do the best you can. 3, 6, 9, 12, 2 more. Good job. Okay, moving on, we've done our gymnastics, we've done mobility. Now we're moving on to bar hang Elets. So we're doing 15-second holds. All right, so I'm gonna get my clock ready. All right, so key here, we're staying protracted with our scapula. So remember, retraction, we're squeezing the pencil. Protraction, we're pushing it away. Core is engaged. Pelvis posteriorly tilted as my legs come up. Straight or bent. We're doing 15-second holds. Here we go, I'll start on 30 in 3, 2, 1. Good job. That was hard. So if we can't do that, we can also bend the knees, which is gonna be a little bit easier. But notice how I just had a slight flex in my bicep? That was to keep me stable. If I fully extend that, it's harder to stay protracted, but we can try it. All right, let's do it again. Let's try knees bent this time. All right, here we go. Breathing. Keep going. Good. All right, so what's going on there? Obviously we have tension on the shoulders, so all of the supporting rotator cuff muscles, ligaments, tendons, soft tissues. We have our core engaged, obviously to keep those legs up, as well as our hip flexors to a degree, but we're trying to minimize that. But then you also have the coordination control to keep yourself from spinning, as well as that scapular contraction as well to keep it protracted. So overall, fantastic movement. Love those. All right. And then let's move into the single leg balance. So ball dribble. So I have my pad, and we're gonna be doing, let's say 30 seconds with these. So it doesn't have to be a tennis ball. I'm actually gonna use lacrosse ball because it's bouncier. So we're gonna do both legs, 30 seconds. So right leg, here we go. So pad takes away that proprioceptive ability. So it requires not only the multitasking, but our vestibular and our eyes to do a majority of that balance. The thing I love about the pad though is the fact that it requires a lot of that supporting musculature surrounding the ankle to work overdrive. You have a lot of that signal being sent to your brain. Good. Let's do the other side now. And go. Try to stay proud, extended as best you can. I will often do these to warm up, just to get my brain primed. That multitasking ability. Look up and see the clock. 10 more seconds. You should feel your hip, your glute med be working as well. Good. Excellent. Okay. Last one. We're doing PNF patterns. So PNF patterns. 1 second. PNF. I have to think what that stands for. I used to know. Neuromuscular facilitation. I forget what the P stands for. Essentially, they are neurological movements, incorporating all biomechanical movements. I'm butchering this within each joint. So you have PNF movements, a series within your legs. You have a series within your arms. One of those being this diagonal movement. So grabbing a sword here and then releasing it. So that's what we're going to be doing on one leg first. Okay. All right, here we go. So grabbing a sword or a ball and throwing it over your shoulders. So now we're relying heavily on those eyes for balance because we take out that proprioceptive ability. We're moving our head and eyes, which is the VOR. So we're relying heavily on that eyesight in general. I like this because in snowboarding, we do a lot of, or have a heavy reliance on our eyes, especially with visibility, scanning the terrain. What's the feature look like? How many people are in front of me? Do I need to get out of the way? Are there kiddos? Where is the person in front of me? Where is the person behind me? Are there trees? Maybe there's a flurry, etc., etc. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start in 4 seconds. Other side, 2, 1. Here. Good. This is not as easy as it looks. If you don't have a pad, just use a pillow. Good. Nice diagonal movements. Good. 5 more seconds. Last one. And rest. Okay. That's it. That was round 1. That's all I'm going to take you through today. If you like this, you want to try it again, absolutely put it on repeat, try it again. I highly, highly encourage you to start incorporating these in your normal routines because I promise it will pay off. You're working in unfamiliar ways, stressing your body in unfamiliar ways and directions and planes and movements and intensities, and it's all fantastic. So it will benefit you on and off the hill. It's also challenging for your mind, which is always a good thing. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. Please feel free to reach out with questions or concerns. I'm always here, and I will see you all next week.